I am Emily Mashak, and I'm sitting down here today with Kelly Belknap, the co-founder of the Adventurist Backpack Company. So thank you for coming in today, Kelly.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Now, for those who don't know, what is the Adventurist Backpack Company?
So, Adventurist Backpack Company, my wife Matilda and I started the company back in September of 2017. We design minimalist backpacks for hiking and travel, and for every backpack sold, 25 meals are provided to families in need across the U.S.
Wow, that's really awesome. How would you say, besides the awesome fact that you're helping feed families across the U.S., your backpacks are different from the other outdoorsy brands that we see in Colorado?
Exactly. So basically, something that Matilda and I found out, so Matilda's from Sweden, so we travel back and forth to Europe a lot, and we needed a good backpack for our own travels, and something we noticed was that the backpack industry has historically high markups. So you'll see backpacks out there that cost $100, $150, $200. Obviously, the bag and purse industry can be even more extreme. But with backpacks, there are only two ingredients, basically fabric and zippers. So we realized you could make a high-quality, fashionable backpack for less than $100, and it still is the same quality.
That's awesome. How did the company get started? Where did this dream come to be?
So I guess it started, really we had the idea back when we first met, and it kind of was sitting there. We didn't do anything with the idea, but we went on a trip around the world, a backpacking trip in like the spring of 2017. And so during this trip, we wanted to do whatever we could to give back to those in need. We kind of wanted to do something that was like a random act of kindness. And so every day we would go to a grocery store in the morning, buy food, pack it into individual meals, and hand these meals out to people in need throughout the day.
Oh, wow.
And so basically when we got back, we realized we could combine this kind of feeding people from our backpacks and actually start the backpack idea that we had previously and kind of make it a business.
Mm-hmm. Did it surprise you how many people were in need when you were traveling around the world?
Definitely. It was, when you travel, you're always introduced to new things. And I guess the craziest thing was finding that there are so many families in need, parents with their kids out who had been, living in an apartment with two jobs just months before, and then due to, some unforeseen
job loss or accident.
Exactly. That was really truly heartbreaking, I guess.
Yeah. We were speaking with people in the food bank a little bit ago, and they said a lot of the people in lines at the food bank are actually people who do have degrees and jobs and just really fell on hard times unexpectedly.
Exactly.
Now, tell me a little bit more about how this works. I know every backpack sold helps feed families in the U.S., but what are the logistics behind the process?
Yeah, so Adventurist Backpack Company is partnered with Feeding America, which is the largest national nonprofit for hunger. And so via Feeding America, we're able to partner with over 200 food banks across the country. For example, Food Bank of the Rockies that distributes food all throughout Colorado is one that we work with. And basically, so how the whole process works is there is so much food waste in the country, and Feeding America is able to come along and buy this excess food that farmers can't sell, either because restaurants or supermarkets don't need it, so they don't buy it. Or say, for example, like a tomato with two vines. Someone doesn't want to buy that at a supermarket, but it's just as nutritious as a regular tomato. So they're able to buy this food at discounted bulk prices and distribute it. So basically, we're fortunate that we're able to kill two birds with one stone by helping farmers across the country as well as distributing this food to people that need it while, preventing food waste.
Yeah, so it's a win-win for everybody, really.
Exactly.
I know you're a CSU grad.
Yeah.
How has the company been working with CSU?
So we actually just started selling our backpacks in their bookstore, and so our partnership with them is cool because we're able to give back to students in need. Something that I learned recently is that 1 in 5 students across the country experiences food insecurity. So while you and your people in your dorm know where your next meal is going to come from the dorm food hall or whatever, there's that one person that doesn't know where they're going to get their next meal, which is crazy. And so we're trying to fight that issue. And with CSU, we're teamed up with their Rams Against Hunger program, which is able to provide money to the program for food swipes. And there's also a mobile food pantry that goes around campus. So these students are able to get meals from there. And, that helps. Obviously, anyone who's experienced food insecurity knows that you can't concentrate in class or at work or something. So we're hoping that through this, we're giving them the best chance that they can to succeed in school and in any other endeavors.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Now, I touched on this a little bit, and it's something we've talked about on Tuned In here at Town Square a lot, but just kind of going off of your experience abroad and in America, especially Northern Colorado, it's kind of stereotyped here as a pretty well-off and wealthy community. We have people who are able to go on awesome vacations, and we have great neighborhoods. But how much of a problem, at least that you've seen, is hunger in the U.S., especially here in the Northern Colorado area?
Yeah, so it's definitely more prominent than you might think, especially up here in Northern Colorado. It doesn't maybe have quite the visible problems as a place like Denver, where you can see that the homeless population is always high and growing consistently. So I forget the exact statistic off the top of my head, but there are millions of Americans across the country going hungry each day, not knowing where their next meal will come from, and many of these are children. And so basically, we think that's something that we can level the playing field for children across the country at least, and give them better opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Now, where can people find your backpacks? I know you said they are in the CSU bookstore, but where else can we get them?
So you can find our backpacks online at adventuristbackpacks.com. And also, they're just started selling in Urban Outfitters, so you can find them on their website as well. CSU bookstore, like you mentioned, Aikens in Old Town, Fort Collins sells them, and off the top of my head, I can't think of any more, but you can find on our website retail locations, and that has all of our spots where we sell the backpacks.
That's great. And the name of your website one more time?
It's adventuristbackpacks.com, so backpacks plural.
Gotcha. Awesome. Yeah, I visited your website. It's a great website.
Cool.
One of my favorite pages was just kind of reading about your mission statement and everything that you came up with. And can you just touch a little bit more on that for the listeners to really hear what the company is about?
Yeah, so really, even more than just providing meals and fighting hunger across the country, what Matilda and I wanted to do was start something that could show that millennials in our generation aren't here to just talk about problems. We want to get out there and solve them with the resources we have available. Because just like no one should be going hungry in 2019, and a backpack shouldn't cost $100 just made out of high quality fabric and zippers, those are two things that we know that we can solve right now. And so that's why basically we started Adventurist.
That's awesome. What impact have you seen since launching the company? I know it's only been 2 years, but do you have any personal stories you'd like to share?
So it's been a great experience so far. Obviously, starting a company can be pretty stressful, but it always comes with its, perks, and feeling like we're helping definitely keeps us going and wanting to wake up early to get to work each morning. We've been fortunate enough to have the backpacks and the mission spread by a lot of people. Forbes and Travel Channel and the Disney Channel have all had segments on our backpacks, which we've been fortunate enough to have the spread from that. And everyone has just been so supportive. And, I think that companies nowadays, when companies do good things and make it easy to solve problems, like, for example, 10 Tree that plants 10 trees for each product sold, and, other ideas like that make it so easy to do good in the world because it's a win-win for both sides.
Mm-hmm. Going off of a little bit more about the business side, you mentioned that it is difficult to start your own company. Can you just tell me a little bit about the process of what it was like to get your business to go national and to raise awareness for it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's definitely, Matilda and I did not start with a lot of money for this. We started it a few years after graduating from college. So with a few $1,000s as our only startup capital, we basically had to start everything via social media. So we took to Instagram to launch our company, really. And basically, it's been a kind of plan of ours to promote via social media, as well as reach out to stores and anyone who would want to hear our story and kind of let them know that we're here and we have these backpacks. And we've been fortunate enough to have a lot of stores pick them up, and kind of the word of mouth starts going, and it grows a little by little. So we're not huge yet by any means, but we hope to get there sometime.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that is awesome. I'm excited for you guys. Your backpacks, I was looking at them online. They seem really cool. And it was kind of funny, actually, when I was looking at them. I was like, oh, I've seen these around town. I've seen these around Northern Colorado.
That's awesome.
So that's great. And it's good to know now, especially after seeing them, that they do go to such a good cause. That's really exciting.
Well, yeah, thank you so much. And we're super excited about it.
Awesome. What would you say is in store for the future of Adventurist Backpacks?
So we obviously hope to continue with new designs of backpacks. We just came out recently with 2 new designs that are up on our website. One is a large kind of weekender style backpack that you can take on flights and weekend trips and stuff like that. And the other is a smaller backpack, which is really meant more as like a micro day pack or a purse or something like that. And so our plan is to expand our product line, continue, innovating, making fashionable travel essentials. And our goal with feeding those in need across the country, we hope to provide 250,000 meals by our 3rd year anniversary, which is next September.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Hopefully we can make it.
Yeah, it's like that is a big goal. It's a great goal, but it is a big goal. Where are you currently at now with that number? If you know.
So right now we're nearing the 100,000 mark. So we're in the 80,000s, and it's growing every day. So hopefully we'll be able to, we're on track for providing 250,000 by our 3rd year, but we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, no, that's still great. I know you said 25 meals to families per backpack. Is that right?
Exactly. Yes.
Very, very cool. Well, thank you so much for coming in today and talking to me, Kelly. It's great to learn more about your company and what you're doing for not only Northern Colorado, but for the community and America in general.
Well, thanks so much, Emily. I appreciate it.
Thanks again to Kelly Belknap for coming in and speaking with me today. If you would like to learn more about Kelly and Matilda, the co-founders of Adventurist Backpack Co., you can visit adventuristbackpacks.com.